Hello, parents. Welcome to Early Readers Lab. It is my pleasure to bring to you powerful series of expert talks through which I'm going to be helping you parents understand the nuances of parenting, be it with reading or writing or their psychological skills, right? So today it gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Shyantani Chowdhury. She's a handwriting analyst and a grapho-analytical specialist, and she is a teacher and works with children day in and day out. And in today's episode, we are going to be in conversation with Shantani talking about handwriting and how to make handwriting better for your children and what to take off in terms of handwriting skills for your child. Here we go.
Good morning, Shyantani. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's all my pleasure to be with you. And I know you are doing a wonderful job with the children. And especially, the children are the future citizens. We must think about them. If they benefited from us, so it will be a better world for every one of us. So thank you for giving me a chance to talk to them.
Truly, truly, thank you so much. Gratitude for those kind words, Shayantani. And today we are going to be having a lot of conversation about the importance of handwriting. And I know you come with very rich experience. Instead of me talking about your experience, I would like to hear from your own words on your experience with handwriting and what you do in your day job. What is it that you do and you bring to us in this table today?
Thank you, every one of you, for joining us today in this beautiful Sunday morning. It's a sunny morning. I'm from Kolkata, so it's a sunny morning here. I hope the same in Chennai also. And it's yes, it is. I, as Gomati said, that it is our pleasure to have you all here because Sunday morning, lots of work. Being a parent, I know how many things we need to deal with a Sunday morning, but you have taken out your time to be here. I'm really thankful for that. And for me, I'm Shantani, mother of a young daughter and a dog. And together we have a fun-filled, fantastic life. And I always want that people around me should have this kind of fun-filled, fantastic life. It doesn't take much time. It doesn't take much money or your resources to be happy. But there are few steps which you can do to be happy. As a single parent, when I was uh, dealing with my daughter, I find there are certain things which, as a teenager, as a childhood, they need to be learned from the very early age, which help them in their future. So how I come to this, all this handwriting and all, nothing happens in our life for by chance or by mistake. We have been there. We are by chance. We don't do anything. I was really with other things I was doing, dealing with the coaching, with the relationship coaching. And from there, I started few courses, doing some few courses. And there I meet one of my mentor, Mitesh Khatri sir, and he introduced me with my own mentor for the handwriting, Imran Beg sir. And from there, my journey begins from the last 8 to 9 months. And it has changed my life. It has changed my life to all aspects. First, I come to know that handwriting is not the just writing. We call in handwriting, it is in graphology, we call handwriting is our brain writing. What our brain thinks, we write that. So when I heard this word first time, I thought that how could it possible? I'm writing with my hand, uh, looking at the board or looking at something or whatever I have to write. In my mind I'm writing. So no, then I gradually come to know it's actually my subconscious mind helped me to write the way I write. Actually, writing is the basically the strokes we put. Now, the strokes are very important because if you don't put the stroke properly, it reveals so many things in it's blocks your energy, it blocks your frequency. So and gradually I start learning more and more about it, and then I come to know. First, when we have started with it, it was the children were not in my focus, but then Gradually, I attended a session with Sir with my daughter, and I come to know, though my daughter's handwriting was good, but then I come to know there are certain things which need to be changed in her handwriting to keep up her frequency. And why she do this thing? Why should she is doing that thing? Things become much more clear to me. Then I think that yes, it's time, it's my call, because being a teacher, I always find the children's handwriting are not appropriate. We struggle to read their handwriting, and we often call, oh my God, why you write like this? Why are you scribbling in your paper? Why are you not writing it properly? Please do write it. It's very easy to write in someone's copy, redo. We write redo, but they write, whenever they redo their work, they do the same thing was there. So that strikes me that how I can help these children to overcome all these things. So from there I start my journey, and this is a, I know it's a little big
Oh,
interaction,
no.
but
Oh, not at all. This is excellent. And, it's interesting that you say how you discovered the, art of graphology, and how you, changed your focus from being a graphologist to helping children, right? And that is a beautiful thing, because a lot of us have a lot inside of us, but finding the right audience who will benefit from our, skill is that transformation journey that we all see. And it's excellent that you talk about how you help children. And being a teacher, I'm sure you've come across a lot of children who go through difficulties with their own handwriting. I want to because I'm there are a lot of parents listening to this. I want to first understand, how can firstly, how can a child write without pain, right? First, I want to start with the basics, right? Oftentimes we hear children not interested in writing. If you ask them to talk, if you talk to them, if they are read to, they are very, very happy to do that. But the minute they have to start to write, they show resistance in learning. So, can you kindly shed some light around that? And how does handwriting enhance or deteriorate a child's learning process?
yes, because we find that the writing comes with a pen and pencil, right? Holding it properly, that is the basic thing, the first thing. When the child start writing, even in the pre-primary classes, we find that the psychomotor skills, right? So that is the basic thing in the writing part. You should have, first of all, we have to give them a proper material, proper product to use to write. Now in the market we have different kind of pencils, pens, and those are very fancy things. We can't help, we have to buy it for our children, but along with that we have to keep it in our mind that what kind of pencil, what kind of pen they are using when they're writing regularly. So for that, my first thing to the all parent and all children, please remember your pencil and pen should be very proper. I know nowadays we find the pencils which is having a triangular shape, right? And we find it's very easy to grip. But that is the one pencil which we should not use, because the initially 2, 3, 4 years you are using your pencil, but after that your grip will be going to the pen. So the
Mm.
pen is the thing which you want to going to grip it for your lifelong. So for this lifelong learning, we have to start from the very beginning with the pencil. Now then, what kind of pencil we should use? We should use the pencil which is of a hexagonal shape, like Apshara pencils. Yes, the correct one the Gomti was holding, and the round shape pencils. The blue one you are having in your hand. Yes, these two pencils help to hold it properly. And one most important thing, if you notice,
And sorry to interrupt. And this is not the right one, right? The
this is
triangle
the
shape,
right one.
because we think that this is easy to grab, grip and grasp, but sounds like this is not the right one.
No, actually, what happened? Finally, you will be jumping to the holding the pen.
Mm.
And none of the pen you will find it is a triangular shape.
Mm.
Pens are all either the circular shapes or they are having the cushion ones. I will
Mm.
be showing you.
Yes, I have.
So these are the ones which we are going to land up. Yes, these are the pen. But the basically when we are writing for the children, this is the pencil, and yes, these are the pen where we have the cushions. You know,
Mm. Mm.
these cushions. And
Yes.
see, these are all of round shape.
Mm.
And one
Right.
most important thing, if you look at the length of a pen, if you look at the length of the pen, it's always when you hold the pen like this, it is always going to be resting here.
Mm.
You will not find a pen which goes down like this.
Mm. Okay.
You cannot hold a pen like here. You
Mm.
cannot hold a pen here and write. You cannot hold a pen like this and you write. But with the pencil, some of the children are having the habit of holding it like this, like this, right?
Mm.
But but it is very difficult if you try to hold the pen like this. You will won't be able to write.
Mm.
Your hand will start paining and you will be out of the focus. So the first thing, my suggestion to all the parents, because when the child start writing with the pencil, please give them a proper pencil, and remember the length of the pencil should be of this size, a size of a pen, because it has to rest here so
Mm.
that they feel comfortable in writing. You see, when the child start writing with the pen, they become comfortable and they start writing faster, and they can write faster. But with the pencil, what happened, most of the children are having the tendency that this much of pencil is there and still they are holding it and writing. What happened when you hold the small pencil, it hurts you. It
Mm.
hurts these fingers. And
Mm.
these fingers, this portion of the our finger is from starting from here to here. This whole portion is very sensitive because
Mm.
it takes much pressure of your writing. When you write continuously with a smaller pencil, your grip goes down, your hands start paining, and there they started looking for not to write. They
Mm.
know, because our subconscious mind is a portion of our body which is always protecting you from everything. From the very childhood, if the child is using a not a proper pencil, it's it's coming to their mind,
Mm.
that it goes to their subconscious that, oh, you write, your hand will pen, or you
Mm.
write, you will feel tired, or you write, you will be feeling bored. So
Wow.
these are the
Mm.
certain things which we are, as a parent, if we don't check the pencil, it started going to our brain. And from there we say that my child don't want to write. My
Yes. Yes.
child, if you ask him, ma'am, everything we face every day, you
Uh,
ask him everything, ma'am, he will answer you, but he don't want to write, ma'am, what to do? There's only
yes.
one reason, because at the very early stage they have given this instruction to their
Mm.
subconscious mind that if you write, your hand
Mm.
will pen, your finger
Mm.
will start penning, it will
Mm.
tap here, you will feel pain here. So all
Okay.
these things, and it is as the subconscious minds always protect you,
Mm.
so it is the child started reluctant towards the writing. So my
Wow.
request to
Wow.
all
That.
parents, please help your child to buy the proper pencil, these kind of hexagonal pencil or the round shape pencil, because they will be going to land up to holding the pen, and the pen is not going to be, if the pen is not going to be the proper, then it
Mm.
is very difficult, very very difficult to make them write. And
Wow.
that's where we should learn it, and we should help them, our child.
Wow, that is very powerful that you shared that. And, that prompts me to two questions, Shantini. One, I'm going to demonstrate on, how to actually, grasp a pencil, right? So, we talk about the pincer, hold. Is this the right way to hold it?
Yes, this two
Yes.
fingers will be holding.
Mm.
Here, this finger will automatically come. You can't.
Support.
Yes,
Yes.
it will
Mm.
come for the support, and
Mm.
it will support your this part. It is just
Correct.
like holding the pencil like
Correct.
this.
Correct. And how can parents you know, when for children, very young children, just starting to grasp a pencil, how can they, encourage them to hold it correctly? Is there a way that, they can ask
Most
them
of the
to hold and
Montessori
click?
school,
Hmm.
yeah, most of the Montessori school, they prefer that the round shape, fatty one crayons you
Mm.
start with. That
Yes.
is very, very effective because those fatty crayons are having a proper shape and size. They're
Mm.
all in a proper size. And please, my request at this early age, don't give them those plastic crayons, because
Mm.
those plastic crayons are, I don't know why those things are available in the market. Those are very improper thing to hold. Again, those are in a triangular shape. You have to pressurize to draw. You have to pressure your fingers to color it out. But if it is a soft crayons which are big, fat in size, the child start learning the grip first, and the brain also receiving the instruction that it is easy to write, it's happy to write. We have
Mm.
to make their hand movement a happy one, so that my brain should have, my subconscious mind should have that instruction that yes, is happy to write.
Mm.
You have to
Okay.
make them happy to write.
Okay, okay. And that, the second part of the question I had was, now assume that the child has already gotten into this, subconscious imprinting that, writing is difficult. How do parents help them out of that situation? How do they talk, or, what are the things that parents could do to talk them out of their subconscious pressure of not liking to write?
Yes. So the children, they imitate the things very properly. Often we as a teacher, we heard that, ma'am, he don't listen to me, he don't follow me what I said. But you know if you say something, he or she is going to follow you. Please, ma'am, help. So what my instruction is, if being a teacher in a 35 minutes class, I can influence your child to write, to talk properly, to sit properly, and the child, they imitate the teachers like anything, right? No, you, the way I talk, way I walk, way I eat, way I drink, they try to imitate everything. So why can't they follow you? So just make it and understand, if you find that your child is not writing, just play with him. Okay, fine. You write 2 lines, I will also write 2 lines. And you show him that how you are holding the pencil. See, if you want to write with me, you have to hold the pencil like this. If you want to be okay, see, let's see who is going to be the fast writer. 2 lines, who will write fast? So first of all, if the child has already become reluctant towards the handwriting, we have to grow the interest. So, like, you start writing with the child, I'll definitely find that child will also write. I can give you one story from my side. In my class, there is one child, his handwriting was very, very poor. Though we don't call any bad handwriting on a good handwriting in graphology, it is all about the stroke. Then also, it is very unreadable handwriting. So one day I called that boy to my table and I said that, can you read it for me? Then he look into my eyes and he said that, no, ma'am, I can't read. And I also can't read. Then what to do? Then he said that, ma'am, can we try together? I said, how can I try together with you? Then he said, ma'am, uh, I will try to read. Can you find it? I will try to spell the word for you. Can you find the answer for me? I said, okay, let's try. So he was reading all, I know, being a teacher, I know what he has written. So he was reading all the words which are incorrect. But I was correcting the word. Oh, you want to write this? Oh, you want to write that? Then gradually he said that, ma'am, can I rewrite this for you? I said, yes, of course you can. Please go and rewrite and give me your paper. He went back, he wrote, and this time it is a much better one. So he said that, ma'am, the way you write in my copy, that redo your work, I can't read the word, please write the word again. I want to write it like this. Alam, so you nothing. You just follow how I am writing, how I am putting A, how I am putting S, how I am putting T. You write like this. And the child has developed the interest that, okay, I will follow the mom's handwriting. I will try to write like mom. So children are the one who always want to imitate because they find that it is easy to imitate the things than to try out from the ourselves. So it my request to all the parent out here, if you find that your child is not writing, he reluctant to write, first of all start writing with them. Start writing with them. Okay, fine. You write 2 lines, I will also write 2 lines. Next time, I will, within 2 minutes, I can write 5 words. How many words you can write? So, like that, you grow the interest with them. You will find they will be falling into the track of writing. Because
It's
at the end, we have to make them write because writing is another thing. As Gomti always said, the lifelong learning is required. Writing is also required for the lifelong. You can't escape from it. How much the typing instrument is there, how much we type, how much we get the print material, writing will be there. It has to.
yes. Yes, it's very interesting that you said that, and you made my day because I tell my parents, about reading, right? I tell them you model reading. You read in front of the child, then the child will take the book and read. And it's very similar what you are telling, right? Right in front of the child, and the child will automatically follow. So, to all the parents that are watching here, parenting is very, very, somebody, when I'm asking for registration, I was also asking some questions, right? Somebody asked me, how can I be a better parent, right? Or how can I parent my child well? It was one of the questions, right? Parenting, from all the, and I'm a reading expert, she's a writing expert, and I have also friends who are parenting experts. I think one common thread of message across the board is model good behaviors, right? If you want your child to model good behavior, you be that in front of your child. If you want your child to read in front of your child. If you want your child to write in front of your child. So whatever it is, children are very good at imitating. They observe, they do not hear, they see. So take advantage of that and model good behavior. What they see, they do. And that is a very simple lesson that even I draw from this conversation, Shantani, and I hope our parents are also able to draw that as a takeaway, a very key important takeaway, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the next question I want to ask is, when you cannot read, write, correctly, you call it dyslexic. When you can't write correctly, it's called dysgraphic, right? So how can children with dysgraphia or other learning difficulties, cope, or correct course, and how can they do it at home? How can parents help children, correct their handwriting or correct their,
Yes.
wrong spellings at home?
Yes. See, these are the two very common things we have find out in now in the common in the past future time.
Mm.
Like we find that children are having the dyslexia or the dysgraphia, whatever it is. These are very big term, but again, it has to be detected in a very early stage, and this kind of thing, this thing will be coming from your if the teacher, the school teacher, because the child is in the school most of the time. He's writing there in the school, so it's come to as a teacher. It's come to my part that how the child is writing. So being a teacher, I have an experience that okay, fine. If the child is writing like this, child is supposed to write the C in this curve, D in this curve, going uppercase and the coming down to the lowercase, middle case, and all. As a teacher, I know it. But if I find that child is not writing it in that way, he is just doing it opposite, or something which is not appropriate as the alphabet should be, we should then and there go to the experts, because
Mm.
this all thing can, if it is detected as early age, it can be cured. But as the child grows up and we face most of the time we face the problem, the parents they don't want to accept the fact. So it is very very annoying. Sometimes it's become very hurting. We are telling that parents, you please go and take a help from the expert. This will go. But the parents were not expecting, no, no, ma'am, chota, he's his younger one, he will do it. No, this can be detected in a very early stage when they started writing their alphabets. And as I said, that is your all our writings comes from our brain. So if it is detected in the early age, it can be cured. And it can be cured through the graphology, and but it has to be under the supervision of a expert, because the expert know that how much in which alphabet should be stressed on to write, so that the child will get the cure in it. Okay, so that is the main thing, I think. Rahila,
I was just typing that, we will, keep pouring your questions in the chat box. We will ask all those questions towards the end. But we have a few questions that I wanted to ask Shantani before we get to, the questions, so that we keep up the flow of, this conversation, right? Thank you so much for, bringing that up. Now, another question then we have is, that's the psychology part, right? That the child has
yeah,
already,
that is definitely need to
yes.
be an expert thing. But my request to the parents, if the teacher is asking, and even if you find that
Mm,
he is not writing, first thing, you will detect it from the alphabets of C,
mm,
D, and B,
mm,
right? And what we start, D, write 10 pages of D. You don't know how to write D, don't shout,
mm, mm,
because the child really don't know.
mm.
He don't know that how to put it, because his brain is not working like that. That
Yes.
is definitely a psychological problem that the child is going through. And if we help them, not by pressurizing, again, if we pressure the child to write 10 pages of D, 10 pages of B,
Mm,
again, doesn't
mm.
make any sense, because he is just
Yes.
copying it, it is not registering.
Yes,
So it is
it's
definitely
like the child doesn't know to run, but you're forcing the child
yeah,
to run because
yeah,
he doesn't know how to run. Yes,
yeah,
I totally get that. The question I was going to ask was that, there's a psychological part to it, but then there is also something that we can do in terms of exercises and flexing the muscles. Are there
yes.
any simple exercises that the child can do as part of their everyday exercise, or even I encourage my children to do sit-ups holding their ears, topukarnam we call it in South India. So we do that, so that that is a brain gym exercise, right? That helps
Yes.
the flow of blood to the brain, and it will help them learn quickly. So similarly, is there something, any exercises that they
Yes,
can do
there
on a
are
daily
there
basis?
are few exercise which in the morning, it has to be done in the morning,
Okay.
or throughout the day also. Whenever you
Mm,
feel like tired, your hand muscles are not working properly, you can do it.
mm,
There are at least 8 exercises, but the for the children, the four of them are very much effective,
mm,
and they can do it any time in the day. But first time they will be doing it
mm,
as soon as they woke up.
mm,
I can demo that those exercises.
mm.
I will be showing it right now. Can I show it, or I'll show it at
Yes.
the.
No, you can show it now. Yes, so
So
that
the
you.
thing is, you have to sit properly. You will be sitting on the chair, or preferably on the chair,
Mm,
but not leaning on the chair. You should be sit straight in your backbone, and your hand, this portion will be in this shape. Okay, it
mm,
has to be
mm.
like this,
Okay.
and the straight. You
Mm,
keep your one hand here, and then another next hand in the same position, but
mm,
with the fist. Now, it is
mm,
not going to be a tight fist, it is not going to be a very loose fist, it has to be a normal fist.
mm,
Preferably, the child, they don't wear the rings, so it is better to not having any ring on in your fingers.
mm,
And this hand, and you measure your face,
mm.
just measure the face. So this is
Okay.
the your face. You come up to here, and this hand is going to be fixed. My only this hand is going to move. It is 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mm,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times you just press it and release. Press and release. We are not going to hit. Children started
mm,
punching. It is not punching. You are just
mm,
going to hit and 1, 2 like this. And
Mm.
then the same way you will be doing with the reverse hand. And
Mm.
the same way, how much length, how much pressure you will give, as much your face length. Your
Okay.
this much is your face, so your hand will go here and come out. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the
Mm.
first one. The
Mm.
second one is going to be, yeah, this part is going to be again straight here. This is straight. You will be tapping this portion of your hand, this portion, only this portion.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
And so for the next hand, it is going to be like a cup. Make a cup, and you just do it like tapping, like again the your how much length, as
Mm.
much is your face. Okay.
Mm.
So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse.
Okay.
It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now the third one is going to be this. Again, you're not going to put your hand on the table,
Mm.
not on your armrest, nowhere. Just put it over here. Again, your face length, it will not go too far, too close. It's just going to be, yeah, this portion is
Mm.
going to be this portion. Okay.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, and then your fingers, you have to lock your fingers like this. It's
Mm.
like this, and your
Mm.
hand is like this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm.
These 4 exercises are very important exercise for our this muscles,
Mm.
for the fingers and everything. So this helps the child to put up their concentration if they do it in the morning. And whenever they're writing for the too long and feeling tired with their muscles and their fingers, they can always do this. Always remember, whenever you do any kind of finger exercise or a hand exercise or your eye exercise, you have to rub your palms,
Mm.
make it warm, and put it on your face. Don't rub it, don't pressure it, just put it. Let that warm go inside your eyes, and it will give you a fresh mind again.
Mm. Okay. How sooner can they start doing this? Can a 4, 5 year old child do this?
Yes, yes. As soon
Okay.
as whenever they're writing, whenever they started writing, they can do this exercise. No
O-
problem. This
Okay,
is a
and that takes me to the next question. When is the right time to start writing? Because I always feel that more and more children are starting to write early and early. When from the reading perspective, right? We say that learning, the first step to learning is listening skills. Then comes the reading. Then comes the writing. Yes, and I'm sure that is what even graphology talks about. So and hence when that sequence, by the time the child is ready for writing, even Montessori does not encourage child to write until they are about 4, 5 years old, right? So
yes.
in your opinion, or what is the right age to start
That is,
giving them pencil?
yeah, that is what you said is very true, Gomti, right? You
Mm,
know, before the 4 to 5 years of age, the child has not developed the proper psychomotor skill,
mm,
holding the things,
mm,
right? Holding the things, making it flow to write. Even
mm,
in the Montessori, now too, there are so many Montessori schools, they don't follow the instructions and all.
mm.
The child, they first thing they should start is with the strokes.
Right, right.
Let it be.
Mm,
It can be a straight line. It can be a slipping line. We call it a slipping line, straight line, slanting line, whatever it is.
mm,
These strokes are very, very important because these strokes gives them the flow of writing.
mm,
Okay, so doesn't matter if the your Montessori school is asking your child to write 5 pages of only strokes. Yes, it is required for them.
Mm.
We find that, oh my god, my child is not doing anything, only putting the strokes in the copy, pages after pages, only strokes.
Mm.
Why? Because that is the thing from where they will be learning to put the proper thing, because writing is nothing but putting the strokes.
Mm. Okay.
All your writing in your future, when you are writing the A B C D, all your alphabets, those are nothing but the putting the strokes properly.
Mm.
So it is very important at the early age, they should know how to put the strokes properly. So
Mm.
it is advisable to all the parents, early age, please, if the child has been asked to put the strokes in the copy, let them.
Okay.
And on Montessori school, they prefer that fat crayons to hold and do the all this scribbling, whatever they are doing. These are all things, they ask them to do the circle, this half circle, full circle, then all scribbling. It is very important to do that, because that makes your fingers flexible. Because when we are putting the strokes, we are holding our fingers like this and it goes like this. This is
Mm.
very important. We don't have any exercise for it. Unfortunately, we cannot do it for the too long. We cannot be as a seniors also, we cannot do it for the too long. How can I expect a 5 year child to do it properly,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
it is important that when they are doing holding the pencil or a fat crayons to do the line, writing the line, it is going up and going down, going up and down. You can see this finger movement is coming, and
Mm.
that is the flexibility in the fingers also. So it is
Okay.
very important that you start in a very early age with the strokes, which is very important. The doesn't matter how the child is doing. Let them
Mm.
do. Let them be
Okay.
happy with whatever they're doing.
Yes, yes. And you actually touched upon that point, right? That there is nothing called a bad handwriting or a good
Yes,
handwriting. Every handwriting is unique in its own way. Yes,
yes,
as
yes,
long as they're able to write legibly. Now,
yes.
that takes me to another question, because this is also a personal question that I want to ask you. What is, the or I'll ask the question in two steps. Why should a child, when the child starts writing, they're only printing letters, right? Without cursive writing, they're only starting to print. And some children will continue or build upon that and move away from print writing to cursive writing, because cursive writing is taught in their school. But some children still prefer to only print and not write cursive writing. My two-part question is it important that a child writes only in cursive writing, or can print still be okay? And the second question is, how do you encourage, if writing in cursive is the right way to go, how do you encourage them to move away from print writing to cursive writing?
Okay. So for that, your first question is whether the print writing and the cursive writing is which one is better.
Mm.
No, it's both of them are better in their own way.
Okay.
If the child is adopted the cursive writing, fine, it is also acceptable. And if the child is writing in the print writing, that is also acceptable. We can't force somebody to write particularly in this way of the cursive. When we forcing the child to go for the cursive and the child is not ready to write in the cursive, their handwriting, again we say that we can't read your handwriting in your cursive, but ask that child to write in a print way, he will write it properly. So
Mm.
it is again in the matter of habit, that
Mm.
how I want to write.
Mm.
And in for that, when the child has developed the how they will transform, no, there is absolutely no time to transform their handwriting from print to the cursive.
Mm.
It is all coming to the natural way. If
Mm.
the cursive is coming naturally, let it will come. You can't help. You
Mm.
can't help.
Mm.
And if the child is naturally writing in a print letters, you can't help. You cannot put that child to be in a cursive, because that stroke is not coming to his hand.
Mm.
Okay.
That's
And
powerful. Ah.
yeah, and you know that, and even if in the graphology, when the child is going through the course of a graphology, we don't analyze their handwriting. We try to develop their handwriting through it.
Mm.
So when the child is doing it, when the child is put up in the way that how to put join the letters, then also there are certain techniques. The
Mm.
cursive, if it is coming naturally, you will find that it is the child is doing this properly. But if you're forcing the child, so again he is trying to make it out, and the way he is going to make it out, it is again going to be sustained with him for the lifelong. And there are certain things in our handwriting which we call the red flags we develop from there,
Mm.
and these patterns remain with us for our future, and that blocks your frequencies. When you grow up, you have to practice that how to not to do this. Without knowingly, we are asking the child to get into those frequencies which is not required for them. So
Mm.
it is better to let their handwriting be the natural handwriting. It has
Mm.
to become naturally. Otherwise, it is really we are asking our child to get a frequency which is absolutely not required for them, because
Mm.
this will remain with them. The maybe the way he is writing the O, maybe he is writing the H, he is writing the L and the T. Everything has to be a join in a proper way if they are going through the handwriting development program,
Mm.
then it is okay.
Okay.
They will not get into the frequency which is not required for them. But if we are pressurizing a child to
Mm.
shifting from print to the cursive
Mm.
and cursive to the print,
Mm.
sometimes some of the parents say, no, don't, no need to write the cursive, you write the print one. This
Mm.
looks better. So
Mm.
it is not.
Mm.
Handwriting is differ from person to person.
Mm.
It is amazing to know for all of you that everyone's handwriting is unique.
Yes.
If there is a millions of people, the millions of handwriting, same A can be written by the 100 people by the 100 ways. And those every way of writing is having its own interpretation for their personality.
Mm.
So it is very much important that writing should come naturally. It should be a natural flow. Don't pressurize to be the cursive writer. Don't pressurize to be the print writer. Both the way of writing is good.
Okay.
Children are okay with it.
Okay. But if the school encourages them to write only cursive way because there is a certain way of doing it, the recommendation is that go through a proper improvement, right? Handwriting
Improvement.
improvement
Yes.
and not
You will
force them
see
with
there
only.
are the schools who prefer to do their cursive writing.
Mm.
They give them the first, initially, they started with a cursive writing book.
Yes.
You
Yes.
will find that the C is going this,
Mm.
this,
Mm.
this, and it is very important to
Mm.
follow that particular pattern in the book,
Mm. Okay.
because those books are meant for the cursive writing with the help of some of the graphologist or the graphotherapist is involved in that making the book.
Mm.
Person has given his or her input in it, that
True.
yes, if the child is writing the upper class letters, it has to go up to this, come
Mm.
down here,
Mm.
then this curve, then this one will go. You will
Mm.
find the gapping for the two letters, gapping for the going up, coming down. All these strokes are very scientifically met on those cursive writing books given from the school.
Mm.
And the child is preferred to write, child has been advised to write it in the same way. We find the child scribbling on the paper like anything, I have to finish it. No, ask the child to take the time and finish it. It
Mm.
will take time to come to their handwriting if they are learning the uh, cursive writing. And if it is natural for them, it will definitely come naturally. No issues at
Okay. 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 So, very, very, valuable insight. Especially this has benefited me because my son is somebody who will print letters, and I have been forcing him to, write cursive. And it's good that you caught that red flag before I, even force him to do that. Thank you so much for that. And another question I want to ask is, what is the link between handwriting and creativity, and how can children be encouraged to express themselves through writing?
Okay. So the thing is, when it's come to the creativity, it is like writing comes from, it should be a natural flow of handwriting.
Mm.
Because if we are, again, if it is forced to them, they will
Mm.
be reluctant. Like whatever handwriting is yours, you want to write it, you write.
Mm.
Encourage them to write as much as they want,
Mm.
because handwriting is something which should come naturally. It should be a natural flow from inside. So
Yes.
please ask them to write whatever they want to write. Let
Mm.
it be. It will be wrong. We are not perfect. Still date, if I have to write an essay of 500 words, I will be uh, out of my words, and I will be in the mean between. I will also start thinking, oh my God, how much point to be jot down, how much point to write, and everything. I will also think, right? We all will think when we write. So why we expect a child to write a perfect creative writing in one stroke? No, it is not possible. Let them write. Let them read what they are writing. Ask them to read. They will find their own mistakes in it, and they will develop the things, like they will start creating with, like what I did with my daughter. I have never asked her to write an essay. I'll write it for you. You read and you write. No, you write. You write whatever you want to write. I will just see to it, and I'll just put a point that don't you think this point can be added? Let the child think. Yes, if
Mm.
she said that no, I don't think. Okay, fine. Okay, then you think it in a different way, where you can put your things. But it should come to a natural writer. There has to be a natural writer.
Mm.
Because if you force them to write certain things, even in my classes also, sometimes for the pressure of the syllabus, we give them 5 points. Yes, this 5 points should be there in your paragraph.
Yes.
We find they miss out those points.
Mm.
But if we discuss it in the class and we said that, okay, fine, I have said this is the way I should have written a paragraph. Now you think your paragraph and you write. We find out that innovative ideas from them.
Mm.
They start thinking in their own way. And we sometimes think that, oh my God, it can be think like that. It can be happen like that. Like
Yes.
sometimes we give them the points, right? We give
Mm.
them a paragraph to write, like or most of the time we find interesting stories when we give them writing a biography,
Mm.
autobiography,
Mm.
autobiography of a butterfly, autobiography of a bird. We find them so many interesting things they are coming out, because once I have said to them that, okay, if I could be a bird, I could have went to the Himalayas, I could have go to this place, that place, I could have eat that, these, that. I have given lots of ideas. Then when they come out, they find out, one of my child has written one day that I will find a place for myself where there will be no mobile phone.
Wow.
I said, why it's typed to you? No, ma'am. I have seen nowadays. My dadi said that nowadays the Goraya don't come to our courtyard because of the mobile phone. So if I have been given a freedom to be a bird, I will find a place for myself where there is no mobile phone. So I will be not in abundance. I will be not in the endangered places. I will be in my abundance.
Mm.
I
Nice.
said that, see, this is what should come out of them.
Yes.
When we are thinking of writing, it
Mm.
should be a natural flow of writing.
Mm.
Let them write whatever they feel like. Don't ask them that, don't write. Why are you writing this?
Mm.
No, it is absolutely a big no. Don't write this. Why are you writing this? It's
Mm.
again, we are blocking them to express themselves. Writing is something which is, they are expressing their mind and their conscious, subconscious mind. So
True.
let them write.
Perfect. Perfect. That is so powerful. So writing should encourage them to, have a
Think.
free flow of thoughts into the words. Nothing more,
Yes.
nothing less, right?
Nothing
Yeah.
more, nothing less.
Yeah. What are some of the techniques for improving handwriting speed and efficiency in children? Oftentimes they have, exams, and the grown-up children have to complete exams in a certain, span of time. If left to them, they would sit with it, beautify it and all that, write slowly. How do you encourage them to write, improve their speed of writing?
For improving their speed of writing, they that, see, again, it is not, cannot be happen in one day. When
Mm.
the child is already grown up, it is very difficult for them to find out the time limit. Now it is a very good thing the ICC has started, like they give them the question paper itself. They are mentioning that how much time you will be taking to this particular portion. We
Mm.
should not take that much than this time.
Mm.
So what we have to do, we have to encourage them to learn it from the very beginning. So
Mm.
my suggestion to all the parents, being a teacher, I will be suggesting to all the parents that from the very beginning, put them in the time limit.
Mm.
Whenever they are learning something, they are writing, the practice, everyday writing practice should be there. They should write every day first. And second thing is, put them in the time limit. Like, you give them, I said that, okay, fine, you will be writing this paragraph. This is a 5 line paragraph. I first day you give them a time of 7 minutes. I give you 7 minutes time to finish this paragraph. Fine. And when they started writing this paragraph in the 7 minutes, you will, doesn't matter if they doesn't finished it. Fine, but you will not give them extra time. Next day, ask that child same paragraph. Okay, fine. Today I give you 6 minutes time. Let me see how much you can finish. So automatically that day you will find in 7 minutes, whatever he has written, in
Mm.
6 minutes he has written a little more.
Mm.
So it is automatically channelizing their brain, their subconscious, that I have to finish it within the time limit.
Mm.
Put them in the time slots, that yes, this is your time to write.
Mm.
In this 5 minutes, 7 minutes, you will not do anything, just write.
Mm.
And every day with that time limits, you will find their handwriting speeds are also increasing.
Mm.
And with the help of that, their spellings will be also improved, and their writing is also going to be improved. So this
Mm.
is very much important in this
Mm. Excellent. Okay. Um, you know, when a child is, I'm going back to the print question, right? When the child is, writing in print, the child wants to, move to cursive writing. How do you, without pushing, without being a pushy parent, how do you encourage them to improve their handwriting? And let they may even be writing in cursive writing, but it's not legible, as you mentioned. Some children cannot write legibly. How do you, without pushing, how do you encourage them, gently encouraging them? Are there any tips that you've shared a lot of tips, but then are there any 2 3 pointers that you will leave for our parents, that do these 2 3 things, and then the child will automatically gently be pushed to improve their handwriting?
way. First and foremost, encourage them.
Mm.
Never say a child, your handwriting is, we often say, you have a very bad handwriting, nobody is going to read your handwriting, please don't write like this. No, please don't tell them that their handwriting is bad. Once we start with the negative word with the things, it remains in their mind, and they are such an a vulnerable place. They start thinking that, oh my god, my handwriting is bad, so I will not write. Why should I write? Nobody is going to read my handwriting. No. Yes, there are certain handwriting which is unreadable. Encourage them. Fine. Okay, you have written like this. You read. You ask them to you read. Child will definitely not be able to read. Then say that. Then you try to read. I will make it correct. So you will find that in this process they are going to change their handwriting. But it is absolute a no. You have a bad handwriting, you can't write it properly. Don't use this word, you have a bad handwriting. There is nothing called a bad handwriting, there is nothing called a good handwriting. Because for the seniors, for the age above 16 years, when we analyze the handwriting, first of all, below the 15 years we don't analyze the handwriting. They're still in their developing age. In the senior, in the when the above 16 years, when we analyze our handwriting, we find a very perfect handwriting with lots of red flags.
Mm.
If it's a good handwriting, then how come these red flags are there? That's because the strokes are not being done properly. There are certain things which has been not put up properly, so the red flags are there in the handwriting. So it is absolutely fine that your child, how the way their child, encourage them to write. Give them some okay, fine, you write like this, you write like that, and as I said, put a good example in front of them so that they try to imitate and write it in a proper way. but don't encourage them to imitate it properly, line to line, word to word, because you don't know how it's going to affect his or her frequency, how much red flags is there in that particular handwriting. So my first thing is encourage them to write, and please don't tell them that your handwriting is bad. Nobody is going to read your handwriting.
Yes.
Believe me, being a teacher, taking the senior classes and the junior classes as well, I find we teachers can, what we expect that their handwriting will be read during their exams, right?
Mm.
The person should be read out the handwriting when the child is writing in the exam paper.
Mm.
We teachers can read every handwriting.
Mm.
We have that blessing in ourselves that we teachers can read every handwriting, and sometimes the children comes to us and tell us that, ma'am, how could you read this handwriting, how could you understand that what he has written? But somehow we, being a teacher for the lifelong, and we develop that skill. I
Mm.
don't know how, but
Mm.
I have find all my teachers from my school and my colleagues, we can read any handwriting. But
Mm.
thing is, we need to encourage them to write it properly. So that's why we don't tell them that your handwriting is very bad,
Mm.
very bad. But
Mm.
we also want to introduce it to the all the teachers that not to do the correction with the red pen. That is another things. Please, it's my request to the parents also, when you give them to write in at home, when you do the corrections for their copies, don't use the red pens.
Mm.
Red color is in their copy. It's again giving a very negative signal to their mind that I have done wrong. Use
Mm.
some other colors, which is
Mm.
colorful, which
Mm.
give them encouragement. Like children are very fond of fluorescent color. Use the
Mm.
fluorescent color pen for them. They like it.
Mm.
If and if you want the child should write care with like this, C will be going up, coming down, again the A, then R. You also write the word in a particular manner that you want. That it should be, your handwriting should be also perfect in that sense. You
Mm.
will scribble in the word and you expect the child to write it properly. It's not possible.
Yes.
So three things. That first, no bad handwriting. Your handwriting is bad. No word, no negative word for them. Encourage them to write more and more. Third is, if you want their handwriting should be good, put an example of a good handwriting in front of them. Okay,
Mm.
so that will definitely help your child to write in a better manner.
Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Then, I have only a couple more questions before we take the
Sure.
questions from the parents. And this was
Yes.
one of the questions that was in the registration. And the question was, due to influence of Hindi writing, my son changed his writing as different one. How to correct it? So this is a question even all parents will have. Any regional, I can say, my son writes in Tamil, and then the Tamil words and strokes, letters and strokes influences his English handwriting. So the regional language, the script is influencing the English writing. So how do we correct it?
So I will tell you that you people are blessed. The child is writing second language. Most of the parents, they struggle for it. You
Mm.
know, we as a class teacher, for to me, the most of the time in the PTM, I have that one thing to say to the parents, that please ask your child to write the Hindi also. They are not writing Hindi. Being a Hindi teacher, I have to encourage the child to write. You people are blessed that child is writing the second language. Yes, it's influenced them. As I said, they influence from everything. They get influence from each and everything. So it is there, like after writing the Hindi, they are writing the English. So it will be there. So it is going to be happen like this. But just encourage them that when you are writing Hindi, your strokes are like this. When you are writing English, your strokes are like this. So don't mix it up. You can't, it will go. As
Mm.
they are younger ones, so it influences them. But
Mm.
as they grow up, it will go. No, not to worry. You will
Okay.
not find it in our handwriting.
Yes.
When you write English, you don't find that Tamil alphabets in it.
Mm,
You don't write when we write Hindi, we don't write English alphabet in it.
mm,
But the thing is, when the child is developing the things, the two things they're writing simultaneously. They're writing the first class, it was the Hindi class, they're writing Hindi, and the
mm.
next class is the science class where they have to write in the Roman. So it
Yes.
comes automatically in their handwriting.
Yes.
So
Yes.
not to worry.
Mm,
Just tell that it is not advisable that this
mm,
will come to here and this will go there.
mm,
So encourage them to write, but don't ask them, don't shout on them. With
mm,
the handwriting, with the writing, don't shout with them.
mm, mm. Okay. Okay. Cool. Um, so I think I had asked most of the questions that I had in mind to ask you, and there are some questions that our parents have asked. Some of the questions we have already addressed, but let me read them out for you. How to start introducing writing skill to my 3-year-old? I introduce her strokes graph book. Is it correct? Kindly clarify.
No, three
Ah.
years. Just started talking, just started the things. No, absolutely no. No required. He or she will be is the parent is here who has
Yes, I think so. Yes, Rahila is here. Yes.
Rahila, can you just put your camera on? Is it possible, or I just talk to you?
While Rahila is coming, available, the point is that there is no rush, right? In
Yes, there
our
is
olden,
absolute.
olden times, there was a Gurukula system, right? The Indian education system is India is the temple of education for the rest of the world. We had the Nalanda University, that was like the first and the oldest university in the world. And we did it through Gurukula method. And what is the one
Exactly.
yeah, and what is the one thing that we did in Gurukulam method? We did not send the kids to school until 6 years. So
Six
6
years.
years is when a child is ready to take any kind of siksha. Until then, they call the first 6 years as play. They have to play in the first
Yes,
6 years.
because
So
this
there's no
playing is
rush.
important for all kind of development. I
Correct.
so wonder this now the parents they send the 18 months child to the school.
Yes.
Because I know the preschools are there, ma'am. What to do if we don't put the child in the preschool and all this? Believe me, when I was trying to find out a preschool for my daughter, I went out to all the schools. Most of the schools said, "Okay, you can put your child." I because she was in the 2 years in the December. I in the from the January I want to put her in the school. Okay, fine, she will be going to the school. All the school was telling me, yes, you put her in the school. We have finished till the alphabet M and N. She will cope up. I believe me, parent, I took a decision. No, my child will not go to the school at the age of 2 years where she is going to write. I was blessed with a school called named Surya there, where my child was never being asked to write. When my child joined the nursery school, still the nursery, she was just used to go to the school. They have said me the very frankly that, ma'am, you're not going to teach anything in the school at home. Absolutely not required. So what I used to do nothing at home. But I used to find that she is doing like this, eating the food, and said, wait, let me say something. I said, what do you want to say? I find she is reciting the Gayatri mantra. I said, you know it fully? Yes, I know. Every day I sing. The
Yes.
one day she came and she said, smell my fingers. I said, what happened? What is there? You smell and you tell me, what is this? Then I said, is it lemon? No, it is orange. So it is something like I come to know from that school how important it is for a child to learn the things with time.
Yes.
It is absolutely, Rahila. I will be suggesting you, please don't force your child. He or she is just in the age of 3. It is a time to develop the psychomotor skills. Yes, you can give the crayons, you can give the not the plastic crayons, again, no, the not the plastic crayons, but the uh, simple crayons, to just color, to just make, keep their hand flexible and do whatever it's feel like, but not the stroke writing, not the alphabets, so never, not even the strokes writing. It will come to his handwriting properly. Definitely with time, you will not find anybody leaving the school doesn't know ABCD and doesn't know how to write.
Yes.
Everybody will learn how to write and read.
In due time, right? In its own course
Yes.
of time.
With due times, they will definitely come to know how to write.
Yes. And she was also asking what is the appropriate age to introduce stencil writing and all that. So,
Stencil writing is absolutely not required. Why is that stencil? Why you will use the stencil for writing? Let it be the easy flow of writing. Just 1 minute. I'll just put my laptop and the.
yeah, sure. While she's doing that, some of the activities that a 3, 4 year old could do is to give a lot of activities to their fine and gross motor skills. First, the gross motor skills gets developed, then the fine motor skills. So, some of the activities that I used to do with my son, which he picked up from his school, which is a Montessori school, was things like pouring. Right, there were cups, and there'll be water in one cup. The child has to pour water from one cup to the other cup without spilling, right? The idea is to get both the hand-eye coordination and the skill of transferring water. Then there was spooning activity where we had grains like rice or rajma or something big also or small also, and the child is given another empty bowl. All you have to do is take a spoon, take the grain from one bowl and transfer it to the empty bowl. And with this, the child will understand hand-eye coordination. The child is going to understand that, although it's easy to take it and pour it, there is a method to it. And it will also help them with, delayed gratification. All these, the multiple things that the child will learn from this one
Yes.
activity. And there is also a method to it. So there is a method to this. So you have to follow method in life. There are rules. You have to follow rules. So that is something that the child is learning. So all these are subtle lessons that a child will learn from simple pouring and simple spooning exercises. So and you can also find that children are very engrossed in these activities, and these will help them be engaged for hours together, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. So find such activities. And threading activities, give a lot of beads and threading. That is another activity. Or you can even have, nowadays I see a lot of parenting coaches give pastas and ask them to thread pasta. So be creative with threading. So these are some of the activities you could do. Writing can wait. And
Yes, of
as
course.
a and I
Writing
have to
can
say,
be.
yeah, and I have to say
Don't,
this,
don't,
you can
don't.
correct,
Writing is a certain thing which is going to be, they will be writing a lot throughout the life. So let
yes,
it be come with time.
correct.
Don't
And
run with it.
correct. And another thing you could do is read aloud to your child, right? That is
Yes.
something that you could do right from birth or even before birth. So, read a lot of books to your children. The children are very inquisitive. Children are very inquisitive. They need to listen to a lot of words. You read to them and talk to them a lot. And if it's a very small baby, like one, toddler, make facial expressions to them, make animal sounds to them. So, these are the things that are necessary for until the child goes to gets through the third or fourth year of their life. Writing will come in its own course. Yeah.
Exactly. And one more exercise I used to do with my daughter, I used to give her you will find the balls, small balls in the all the Montessori, all those bookshops and all. They keep the packet of ball with the colorful, like yellow, red, blue, green, all these color of
Pom
balls.
poms, right? Pom poms you're
Yes.
talking
No,
about.
no,
Yeah.
small, small balls, beads
Okay.
balls, which you can
Okay.
thread also. And what I
Okay.
used to do, I used to mix all of them, give it to her, and ask them, find out the 5 red balls from there,
Sorting.
sorting. So
Yeah.
that again he will be finding it out in the box. And give it a little bigger box, that
Mm,
shouldn't be go. And one more thing I used to tell her, that see, when you are going to find out the ball, none of the ball should come out of your bowl. You have to be careful about it. You just cannot do like this. You
mm,
have to find out the ball, but without dropping other balls from the bowl.
mm,
So these are the certain things, parents. It's my request to you all, talk to them, spend lots of time with them. You will find when the child has grown up from the age of learning, when they are at the age of class 3, 4, 8, 9 years, they have developed all the good things you
Mm.
want them to do. As Gomati always ask you to do the reading, even I did the same thing. I used to read lots of books when I become the mother. The first thing I have to drop is reading,
Mm.
because she was younger one. Whenever I used to read, she used to jump on me, take out my book, why are you reading these, that. And the first day she did was the she teared my book. I
Mm.
get angry. It makes me very annoyed. But then I understand that I have to make her understand that you are not going to do this again.
Yes.
So what I did, I said, fine, for this, I won't be able to read the story for you also.
Mm.
So from there, first thing I started reading story with her. Then I find those books. I don't know whether those books are available of now. I was used to have those Ladybirds one-liner book. I have the another author from some foreign publishers. That's also one-liner. I used to buy those books for her. I used to ask her, "You read." When she started reading, I said to read one line book, one page, one line, one
Mm.
page, one line. So,
Mm.
like that, I developed her skill of reading and the writing also. I have never forced her to write,
Mm.
because being a teacher, I was literally don't have the time. Also, I was looking for the school where she will be doing everything in the school. I don't have to give. I was blessed that in my Montessori school, I have nothing to teach her. Even still the age of her class A3, I never used to sit with her books and copies. Whatever she used to do in the school.
Yes.
Her reading habits, her writing habits, everything she has developed from the school, because it was to her that you have to do it by yourself.
Mm.
So
Mm.
please, it's my request to all the parents, ask your children to do their work by themselves.
Yes.
Monitor it, help them, be the be the follower of their what they are doing, but don't do it for them. Don't do it for them.
Yes. Yes. That is very important. One final question one of the parents asked in the chat is it necessary to use a four-line note to improve handwriting? Is it a must?
Yes, four
Okay.
line copies are must at the beginning,
Mm.
because in the four-line copies there are the two middle line with the blue line that we call the uh, uh, small case writing, right?
Mm. Mm.
And the touching the upper red line and coming down there, that is most important. That is your uppercase writing.
Mm.
So they need to know how much I need to go for my T, for
Mm.
my L, for my H. Because
Mm.
if you give them a single line copy at the beginning, they develop the small case writing for everything. They don't have that idea that H
Mm.
go up, T should go up, because all these strokes, when they are developing the handwriting, when they are growing up, this remains. If they don't know the how to put the T on the top and how much my upper crust letter will go, that will again developing the frequency which is not required for them. So
Mm.
it is important that they use the four-line letters to know that how much they will go up, come down, and where to put the bars, where to put the I dots. Because when they're writing in the small case, when they're writing in the middle case writer, so has to be that one dot, and the Y, how much it will go down and come up.
Mm.
It is these are that is the reason it is given there. You will find that all four-line copies having a proportionate portion of the upper part, proportionate portion of the lower part, and the middle line. It
Mm.
is required. It is
Mm.
required. If they're writing in the four-line letters, they will understand that my U will be like this, then it is going down. How long?
Mm.
And then again it has to come up.
Okay.
So this is
Perfect. So that is the use of the four line. Thank you so much. I mean, I didn't know that this was the real purpose of having the four line. Very, very powerful. Cool. So with that, I think we have answered a lot of questions. I just wanted to summarize just for parents who may have missed the first few, minutes of our discussion. Never use a triangle pencil. Always use a hexagon or a circle once, and always use big fat crayons for the ones that are starting early, for children that are starting very early, 3 year, 2 year, 4 year olds, and never use plastic crayons, meaning, I mean, reason being that it puts a lot of pressure and it causes a strain on the hands. And there were also some exercises that Tiny was showing for improving handwriting and strengthening their muscles around here. So feel free to watch the replay of it. I will be posting this video in YouTube and Facebook. So watch the replay to see those exercises. And never use red pen for correcting their mistakes. Use fluorescent or some joyful color. And writing is a very huge emotion. Like how reading is an emotion, writing is an emotion. So never give any negative talks to the children. Always encourage them, and if you want them to do good handwriting, show them good handwriting. And if you want them to write every day, you write in front of them. So model good behavior so that your child picks up from your behavior. So the child sees, what he sees is what he models. So um, you know
And one
and
more thing, Gomati, the length of the pencil. It should
yes,
be resting here. It should
correct.
not go down. If it is
Yes,
going down, it is not a correct size of pencil to hold. It should
yes.
be always, make it sure that your pencil should be of a pen size. You will never
Mm,
find a pen of that small size which is going down here,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
its pencil should be a pen size. That
yes.
much pencil, and after it, if it is shortened down, keep it for the other use. For sometimes we need to put it in the compass, sometimes we need to put it. And one more thing, that please don't encourage your child to put the pen cap over here, because this makes it heavier.
Mm,
And don't encourage when the child is writing with the pencil, they have the idea of putting that something on the top, like a
mm,
crown, like a cap, like a unicorn. They put it, that makes it heavier,
mm.
and that
Yes.
also hurts their fingers. So when they're writing, I know we have to buy it for them. Tell them you put it after you finish writing. But when you are writing, don't put it. Even the
Mm,
cap, make them from the very beginning, make them assured that you open the pen,
mm,
put the cap in your pocket or
mm,
in your pencil box, and you write like this. This
mm.
will definitely help them to write better and flexibly.
Okay, okay. And somebody's asking pen pencil. What does that mean? Can you
No,
elaborate, please?
absolutely not.
Uh,
Absolutely not. Pen pencils are absolutely not for writing purpose. First of all, I come to know about this pen pencil when I was doing my graduation and I was having geography as my subject, where we have to do the contour right drawing, where we have to put the map in the map, where we have to do the river drawing.
mm,
So for those contour drawing, we used to have the pen pencil.
mm,
Now to this school, all the companies have developed with their pen pencil things, and that is absolutely wrong for the child, because you will find those pencil nibs are very thin. Those
yes.
are absolutely not perfect for writing. Please
Mm,
encourage your child to write with a wooden pencil, the Gaussian pencil which we used to do. That
mm.
is the perfect thing. The Natraj is the best company to buy the pencil, Natraj and Apsara. These are
Okay.
the two companies, they are the age old companies, and they make the perfect pencil.
Perfect.
Very important.
Perfect. Perfect. And
Don't take it in a way
I
that
know
I'm
you're not
promoting the
promoting
company.
their
No, it is
products,
not
right? Yes.
promoting the company, but it is
Yes.
just the idea to give you the perfect pencil for them.
Correct. Correct. Perfect. This was a wonderful, close to 90 minutes that I've spent with you, Shantani. This is a very informative session. I took a lot of takeaways from this session. And for everybody that is watching, this video,
Madam, I have a doubt.
yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, madam. The same, my son is a grade 2, the same in Hindi influence. After going to the Hindi tuition, I was doing on Pratmik exam as the Hindi tuition privately. When he had an same Hindi influence for past 7 months, his handwriting was totally changed from cursive writing, neat one to an Hindi. I had sent you to in WhatsApp, ma'am, to Komadi madam,
Okay.
the handwriting.
Mm.
I tried a lot, but I couldn't. Even so daily, I was forcing to write again, but I couldn't. Shall I stop the Hindi tuition, or it will be
No, no,
as time
No,
passes?
no, no,
no, no,
no.
don't stop
Don't
anything.
stop. Don't stop the
Yeah.
Hindi tuition, but just talk to your child. If you write English in your English copy Hindi, do your English
Okay.
ma'am able to read what you want to write? No, absolutely. He will be giving you the answer. You just
Hmm.
question him. You just question
Hmm.
him, sir. You will find that your child will give you the answer yes or no.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
So
okay,
then
ma'am.
again, you ask that if you write your English in your Hindi copy, do the ma'am will able to read what you are writing? Will
Hmm.
definitely
Okay.
give you one answer and work on it,
Hmm.
sir. And
Hmm.
I can give you the word that as the child has started developing writing the Hindi, it is influencing him to write more Hindi. He's getting
Yes.
interest in writing that. That's why he is
Hmm.
doing it. But give him some more time, he will change it. It will come.
Okay.
Even he will come to know that in West Bengal we have another thing called the third language, sir. Third language,
Hmm.
and where
Okay, ma'am.
most of the children take the third language as the Bengali as their third language. And
Hmm. Okay.
we again face this challenge with the age of class 5.
Hmm. Okay.
He started the third language in the class 5, and they
Hmm.
started learning the Bengali as their L3 language. And
Hmm.
in the Hindi, we find they started writing Bengali. In Bengali, we find them writing Hindi. So
Hmm.
what we do, we make them understand this is Bengali. You are not going to write it
Okay.
in the Hindi. This is Hindi. You are not going to write the Bengali here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it will come. It is as they are started learning the languages, as they started learning the writing patterns. So it will
Hmm.
come. But we have a vigilant parent or a vigilant teacher. We have to
Hmm.
make them understand this you will not write here, this you will not write there. But don't force the child to stop the writing. Don't do this,
Okay.
that Hindi tuition should be stopped, because at
Hmm.
the end you will be again coming to the teachers and telling that ma'am Hindi nahi pad raha hai.
Yeah. And is there any
No, he's
time
fond
in
of Hindi, miss. That's why
and
he's so fond of Hindi, miss. That's why he is. That's why I
Yes,
changed
that is
this.
the reason. He is fond of the
Okay. Thank you,
Hindi
ma'am.
teacher. That's why he has developed the skill of writing and everything, and he wants to write it everywhere. As I said, the everything comes, all writing comes from our subconscious mind. It is there in the subconscious mind, but we have to train it. It will go, sir. Not to worry. Not to worry. No issues in it.
a follow-up question to that, is there any time interval to introduce the second or third language writing? Should
That is
we wait?
that is from the school side. That all
Yeah,
schools
that.
take a good call for start
Mm,
introducing the languages. They start with the English, and when they at the I think in when they are in the LKG or UKG, they start with the oral second language,
mm,
and then from the class 1 onwards they start writing skill comes. So
yeah.
I think it is a perfect thing that the all the schools of us is
Mm.
doing it. So
Yeah,
it
so
is
trust the school, right? Sometimes you don't have to take all matters in your control. Some
yes, you
matters you
don't
trust
have
the school to do it.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
And I will just want to share one more story with all the parents. Yesterday only I was watching that episode of Rocket Boys. I find this whole series a very learning series for each and every part. It is for learning for the children, it is learning for the parents, it is learning for the everybody in around us. There I find that Sarabhai, that Vikram Sarabhai, when he was in his initial stage of rocket launching, he was in that that village near the seashore, Tumba, I think Tumba it
Mm,
is the name, and the children there in that school, they are they are with the Sarabhai to learning that what Sarabhai is doing. He was doing nothing. He was just flying the kite. Okay, the children were telling that what are you doing? He said that let's see. So then he asked the children what is the temperature here and all this. Then he asked, what do you think that kite is having a thermometer, what should be the temperature there? So then one child said it will be more. Someone said no, it is less. This that. It will be the same, not the more. This every all the answers is collected, and then he showed them the thermometer and telling them that, see, the temperature has decreased. Then everybody wondered that how it decreased. Then he explained it to them, and then he asked, "Do you want to learn the science?" That is something which has asked me to become a more engaging the children. If we can talk to them at coming ourselves level down to them, we can make them more think to do. So
Yes.
just talk to them, encourage them. That is definitely going to help every one of them. And they're giving a message to the children that accepting the failure. That second rocket launching happened in front of all those school students, which was failure.
Hmm.
Went up and it just broken down. Everything was smashed. So all the children, I was just looking that at such a what a wonderful way they have portrayed it. All the children look at the Sarabhai and said that, how, man, you are the role model. You want us to become a scientist, and how come you fail? And the wonderful way he said that, yes, it is a failure. It is a total failure, and we learn from our failure. What do you think? I should stop my work here, or I'll start from here today again? So if you
Powerful.
start from your failure, definitely you will learn better things to have it. So it
Perfect.
is wonderful thing. I was so fascinated with this uh, Rocket Boy series,
Mm.
because each and every word in this series is one learning session. You learn a lot from it.
Wow. I will go make it a point to, watch it myself. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for that recommendation.
watch with your
Child,
son.
right? Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
because that is, every point they are, how struggle they are doing, the
Mm,
failure, how much failure they have faced,
mm,
not only monetarily. Though this, there are the three characters, mainly the Vikram Sarabhai, Homi Bhabha, and Abu APJ Abul Kalam Azad.
mm,
All three,
mm.
all three are successful at their own level,
Yes,
right?
yes.
We bow on their name, right? But the initial age of them, the handling the failure, which as a parent we all must learn with our children, that how to handle the failure with them.
Wow.
So
Yes.
that is really appreciated out there.
Awesome. Awesome. Like I said, it was a pleasure, having you and watching you talk and share these information for us. And I'm sure I learned a lot from this session, Shantani, and it gives me immense pleasure to, even have you and talk to you. I can go on for hours together talking about this, because we are, binded by the, love for children and love for encouraging children to become their best self, right? So, thank you so much. And just as a parting note, how can parents reach you in case they want to, talk to you more about or discuss about their handwriting, things like that? Is there a way that they can reach you?
Yes,
Is
I
there a,
will be just sharing one link
yeah.
for the Google form. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I will be just sharing it in the chat box. You can
Okay.
just fill it up. That
Mm.
Google form, everything will be with me. And
Okay.
so your contact numbers and everything, I will be create one group so
Okay.
that you all can come and
Perfect.
contact with me.
Perfect,
Okay? I
perfect.
just
And while you do that, thank you everyone for tuning in to this session. This was only the beginning. This was the first session on our expert talks. If you want more such, expert talks, message me on what topics you want to discuss, and I'm happy to bring in these experts like Shayantani to talk about specific topics and related to children and their development. I'm driven by just one passion, which is raising lifelong learners, be it reading or writing or whatever else a child will learn. Let us raise lifelong learners. And if you're watching this, I will leave the link to WhatsApp group where you can get enrolled to for these expert talks, so you will know about the expert talks when it comes, as and when it comes, so that you can be present and get it live, whenever it happens. And lastly, I am running webinars on how to raise lifelong learners, and my webinars happen every Saturday. I'm going to leave a link on of that also down below, so I encourage you to highly be part of the webinar to learn to know how to raise lifelong learners, because end of the day we don't want grade scorers, we want lifelong learners. And if you resonate with that, happy to work with you. You can follow me in Instagram at Gomati Narayanan, or on my Facebook as Gomati Narayanan or Early Readers Lab. With that message, and Shayantani, thank you so much. And it was a very impactful session for me and our parents. Thank you so much, and more power to you, and more
Thank
power
you.
to
Thank
whatever
you
you're
very much.
doing.
It's a pleasure to talk to you all because, it's me and Gomti, as I come to know her regularly now. So it is like we all love children and we want to do something for the children. Parents, please be in touch with her because it's a very important to give some more to our children because this is the generation which is not belong to our time. They are much more expert than us, but they need the proper guidance, help, love, and care from us to be a lifelong learner for all aspects. Thank you, Gomati, for giving me this platform to talk to the parents. It is really very important that the parents should understand that why the child is not writing. It is really very, very important. Thank you for giving me platform to talk to all of them. I hope my words will definitely encourage them to be to help their children to be a good writer, a flawless light writer, happy writer, happy writer. Please
Yes,
be with
absolutely.
your children.
Absolutely. Happy
Thank
writers
you.
and lifelong learners.
Yes.
Signing off. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
And with that, we come to end of that wonderful conversation. If you liked this episode and if you liked the information that was shared by Shayantani in this episode, I highly encourage you to share it with your friends who may benefit from it. And if you like what you are seeing in this episode, subscribe to Early Readers Lab by clicking on the subscribe button. And the channel's name is Gomati Narayanan, and I am happy to bring to you more such episodes. So click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you get notification every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. Take care, and I'll see you in another powerful episode very soon. Until then, bye.